My name's Duddy, Saddle Builds and Stuff. Today's video is going to be about the buffed Ruinous Effigy. This season, it's going to be absolutely crazy in Act 2, It absolutely wrecks, it's got some massive damage. I'm going to be showing you some damage stacking potential. With the Ruinous Effigy Catalyst, this gives you 30% damage increase, and the Harsh Refraction, the new Trace Rifle Seasonal Artifact Pack, will give you 35%. So we're going to be stacking 30%, 35%, and I'm going to show you some other ways to get some even more crazy damage with this exotic trace rifle. It feels legit, guys, honest to God, it feels really, really nice. So the Ruinous Effigy, it's obviously a void exotic trace rifle. It's got the perk on there, Transmutation. Final blows with this weapon collapse victims into a transmutation sphere. And then with the other perk on there, the evolution, with that sort of sphere, you can do a light attack, a suppressing heavy attack where you slam to the ground, and you can also hold to block and it'll drain nearby targets, and also apply suppression, which is going to be a feature of this build as well. But Ruinous Effigy Catalyst, what it states is this weapon deals increased damage against targets damaged by transmutation spheres. Now you can do that a couple of ways, doing light attack, heavy attack, or draining. So I'm going to just firstly show you the damage increase of the Ruinous Effigy Catalyst. So the standard shot from the trace rifle with nothing else going on is a 1726. So that's like obviously just a standard thing, nothing else going on. You did see the numbers go up there, that's just because I was a little bit out of range. But 1726, I'm going to collapse an enemy into one of these little purple void balls, a sphere, and then I'm going to slam it on him, and you're going to see that number go up. This is the catalyst, it goes up to 2244. Which is the catalyst. That's just sort of nailing that. That's the 30% damage increase. That's what the catalyst gives you. Get even more with the Harsh Refraction, brand new seasonal artifact pack. Trace rifles do more damage to targets afflicted by elemental debuffs, matching their element type. It's 35% damage increase on exotic trace rifles and 50% on legendaries. This was confirmed by Mossy Max over on Twitter, or X now you call it. So definitely go give him a subscribe. He works very hard and gives us some great information. Now, the Ruinous Effigy Catalyst, what this states is when this weapon deals increased damage against targets by transmutation spheres. Now, this also suppresses, which will proc the Harsh Refraction, so you'll see a damage increase go up to 3029. That's an additional 35% because of the Harsh Refraction. Trace rifles do more damage to targets afflicted by an elemental debuff. The heavy attack suppresses, so that is actually proccing the extra 35% from the Harsh Refraction. So you'll see there, that's an additional 35% on top of the catalyst damage as well. So I'm going to break the numbers down and show it all working together, just so it sort of finalises that damage number. So the very first shot, originally with nothing going on, was 1726. And all I'm doing is going to pick up one of these spheres, activate the Ruinous Effigy Catalyst and the Harsh Refraction, and it goes up to a whopping 75% damage increase, which is very, very nice without anything else going on like Surges. Now, if you add in Spirit of the Foetracer, whenever you hit something with a void ability, i.e. Smoke Bomb or a Magnetic Grenade, that is going to give you an extra 25% damage for 15 seconds, and it's pretty easy to do. Just sticking a Snare Bomb or a Magnetic Grenade to a target, you're going to proc that 15 seconds of 25% extra damage, and these all stack together. So you can really, really build into this and do some absolutely humongous damage. Look at that, 4353. So we'll get them numbers one more time. I'm not going to go through every single step again, but you'll see on top of everything you've seen, that is an additional 43% because your Snare Bomb procs your Foetracer, and you've also got the weakening from the Snare Bomb or your Magnetic Grenade as well. So you also get that extra damage from the weakening, which is absolutely huge. I tried it a couple of times with teammates and I couldn't get the Harsh Refraction to proc from my side. I'm not sure if it's something I was doing wrong or there's another way of doing it, but we tried everything. The only thing that was proccing for us was the actual Ruinous Effigy Catalyst, but still 30% if another teammate holds and blocks is not bad. Now, to pair with Spirit of the Foetracer, you could go with something like Spirit of the Cytarachne. Every time you throw your grenade, you get Woven Mail, which gives you 40% damage increase. So you've got that, and it'll proc your Foetracer as well. But for me personally, just because of the spheres, I really like to run Spirit of the Gyrfalcon. Your void weapons gain volatile rounds after you emerge from being invisible. Now this obviously works really good with Stylish Executioner and the spheres from the Ruinous Effigy, because you're literally in and out of invisibility, and volatile is also another debuff in the game which will also proc your Harsh Refraction, that new seasonal artifact perk. So you've got volatile rounds and suppression going pretty much all of the time to keep that Harsh Refraction going up, and once you've sort of got everything going, it's pretty easy to do. Like I said, you've got snare bombs on the fly with your dodge, and you've also got a magnetic grenade to throw on. You've got your tether, which is also very good for damage increase. That gives you 30% damage increase extra on top of that as well. Don't forget your tether is actually a 30% debuff, so you could stack all that together, and you're literally in and out of invisibility doing loads and loads of damage as well. So I do think Ruinous Effigy with a team with 3 or 4 here, something like that in GMs, or even like a 6-man activity, just running around slamming things, it could be really, really good. The damage is really, really nice. Again, this was like the 2050 Lust Sector, the hardest version, and you'll see in this little clip here, just for finishing enemies off while you're invisible, just popping out your invisibility, proc all that damage increase from the Catalyst and the Harsh Refraction, and it just absolutely melt. Now, Volatile Marksman, obviously you've got some really good seasonal artifact perks already. You've got Volatile Marksman, we know that works. We've also got things like Maligned Harvest, rapidly playing Volatile, cause your next instance of void weapon damage to create a weakening burst. This also applies to Ruinous Effigy, which is really good. And then you've got the Void Flux, defeating weakened targets with a void weapon, applies Volatile. That with your Gyrfalcon, you've literally got infinite volatile rounds, not just from the actual trace rifle. If it was just a trace rifle, I probably would go with Cytarachne, but just getting them volatile rounds and everything going on from your spheres as well just feels really, really nice. And you could do some really good things with it as well. Like, I've only really focused on the slamming capabilities, the heavy attack. You can actually hold and guard as well, which we'll look at in a moment. But like I said, if there's like a couple here, I was LFGing at the time, so I couldn't really get any synergy going, but there is going to be some real nice synergy going. I'm going to try it in the GMs later with a couple of mates, hopefully in the clan, and we'll see what we can do with it, but it's going to be really, really nice. Now, again, like I said just a moment ago, I was just concentrating on slamming the sphere and doing heavy attacks that way, but you can actually block with it as well, so this also suppresses, which is a very powerful tool in Destiny. I found it a bit underrated. But the suppression, once you hold and block, for example, in this clip here in a moment, you can literally just suppress and disorientate enemies. And you've obviously got your volatile stuff going on from your Gyrfalcons and your Stylish Executioner, and that'll just keep popping you out of your invisibility all of the time. Like, we'll go over the quick fragments and aspects now. We've already gone over Stylish Executioner. Winter's Shroud, dodging slayers nearby targets and increases your class ability generation whenever you freeze something. So that's just free class ability. Magnetic Grenade, which we've touched on. This procs Foetracer very nicely. You've also got your Snare Bomb, which also applies weakening. So that's just your ways to proc your Foetracer. Facet of Protection, because we're going to be surrounded by combatants all the time, slamming them spheres, give you a bit of extra protection, which is really, really good. Facet of Hope, that with your Winter's Shroud, you've literally got free class ability on the fly. And then Facet of Purpose, picking up an Orb of Power, is going to give me an Overshield because I'm on Void Super. So that one's a really good one as well, bit of extra survivability. Facet of Dominance to make my Magnetic Grenade weaken. And then finally, Facet of Defiance, finishers apply Volatile, again because we're on a Void subclass. Now you can actually switch this one out if you want to get a bit of extra damage. The reason why I wasn't running Facet of Dawn, which you get 5 seconds of an extra 20% damage via Radiant, is because I just found sometimes Radiant messes things up. I know they fixed a lot of stuff in the patch notes, but I just don't trust it at the moment. I will have another look at it, but if you find it's working for you, get Radiant on as well, and you get a bit of even more damage. But that pretty much wraps up the video, if I'm honest. I'll leave a dim link in the video description. Like I said, I think it's going to be really good with team play, but it's also exceptional for yourself as well, just for capturing play. So just doing solo stuff really, it's just a different way of playing, and you put out a real nice lot of damage, especially like anything that you damage with that ball afterwards. If they're not dead, it's an easy mop up like that because you're proccing all that damage, as we've seen. So whatever you don't kill with your ball, you're going to be able to finish off very fast with the Ruinous Effigy laser. Thanks for watching, have a great day.